Sometimes the bomb might explode without any warning. Sometimes the bomb might explode without any warning. Sometimes the bomb might explode without any warning. Sometimes the bomb might explode without any warning.
What is up, Cashin family? Yo, I can't use this with my... Hold on one second.
Without
It's a me, a redneck Mario. It's a me, a redneck Mario. Uh, Thank you, Ghosty. It's a me. Oh, hold on. Nah, it's a me, a redneck Mario. Um, Hello, Cashin. Yeah, that's tough. I can't do the Italian accent the whole time, but we're here. Um, welcome, welcome everyone to the Halloween edition of Cashin with Cam. One of these had a hole in it. I'm gonna use that to use my little mouse pad here. Yeah, Halloween edition of Cashin with the Cam with the Cashin with the Camera. It's a me, a redneck Mario. I didn't have any other overalls, um, and so these are the ones I have. Um, so it's lit. It is lit. And yeah, this is what I came up with in a matter of 10 minutes or so. So this is what we get tonight. Cash and Familia. Big show tonight. We've got the rankings, undisputed Halloween candy rankings. We've got some college football, some NFL football, some just straight tomfoolery on the show tonight. Boy, gonna rescue Princess Crawfish. Hey, boy, it's we get some gator drool, and we gotta go put that on a cracker, dude. If we gonna save Princess Crawfish, Crawl Daddy, Miss Crawl Queen. How's everybody doing? Give me a spooky in the chat if you're having a spooky evening the night before Halloween, boy. Let's get into it, eh? Check in if you're in the chat. Check in. Mario, the coach Mario Giron. Go Tigers. That is hilarious. Like the video if you haven't already. I feel kind of, I don't know about these mittens. These are socks. But like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Why are you here if you're not subscribed? Spoopy. Hey, we're all feeling spoopy tonight, boy. Ethan, what's up? Sam, sorry for your Dodgers, baby. JC already with the Mario Run joke, which is objectively hilarious. I'm excited for this one. I am fired up, if you will. Some of you might be asking what my favorite Halloween candy is. We're about to get into that. But you also might be asking, what are some of the novelty items of Halloween that I always look back on with fond memories that really don't hold up, but I kind of wanted to go over where we were at as far as my fond memories of Halloween. Some of the candy that you never really wanted but always showed up in your guy there. Let's see. I've got a few. And let me know if this is nostalgic for you as well. Maybe you still enjoy them. I would like to hear your feedback. We've got popcorn balls. Okay, now popcorn balls, to me, never really hit. A little bit too mid for my liking. It was a space filler. Not a lot of salt on those guys. Not a lot of butter. I don't remember if they ever came out with any that were, caramel, maybe a Chad, maybe a chocolate. I don't remember that. I just remember the stale, pale lifeless popcorn ball. Um, that was the sack filler, if you will. That was Jake's nickname in high school. Um, so yeah, popcorn balls. I've got them low. I've got them really low here on my overall just thoughts on Halloween. I'd be okay if I never saw another popcorn ball. Granted, it was always nice to at least get the one in a year. Um, you had to get one in just to know it was Halloween. You pretty much immediately spit it out if you were like me, and you moved on to the other items. Um, yeah, that was a ricochet shot, Jakey. Um, Popcorn balls overall, just not it. Just not it. And if you're an adult now and you're in our generation, you're giving out popcorn balls as candy. What you doing? What you doing? And now look, I've got candy corn here. I know if I leave it off the list, someone like Jack uh, will call in and say, "Where's candy corn? Candy corn, age old candy corn. It's been there every year. We all know candy corn." And I agree. Candy corn does deserve a spot in maybe an honorable mention. Okay. I didn't know there were so many candy corn haters, though. Pretty insane considering it's just sugar. I don't think it really tastes that crazy. Maybe it's a texture thing for some people, but really, I don't have a ton of animosity towards a candy corn. I don't really seek them out, and obviously, pretty hard to pass them out, I would think, unless you're bagging those individually. I mean, if you're passing out candy corn, you're putting forth effort, or you're disrespectful and you just throw it in the rest of the bin with the other kids' candies, which could just be a sticky mess, if we're being honest. Um, let's see what else we got. I mean, if anyone else has a real affinity for candy corn, I'm willing to hear you out. But I think for me, candy corn ran its course when I was younger. I'll still pop a few pillies. I'll pop some perks with the boys around Halloween. If there's those pumpkins are pretty decent, I'll say. But I'm not just jonesing for a candy corn. Now a cream corn, um, you know, uh, yeah, that's corn dip even. And we've been really hard on corn so far with the popcorn balls and the candy corn. But we'll move forward to one of my all-time favorites, one that you just felt like an adult when you had one of these, and it was the candy cigs. Who remembers the candy cigs? I thought they were delightful as a youth. Um, Only eat candy corn with peanuts. That might be worth a shot. I'll grab a handful if it's there. Fair. Um, but the candied cigs were, I think, an underrated treat around Halloween. They came around once a year. Who knows who even makes them? But the Batman candy cig was always electric to get. Um, the I don't remember this one specifically that I have on the screen here, but it looks delectable. Um, but yeah, something about walking around cross gates or whatever hood you claim, uh, and getting a candy corn in. I think that overall experience, or I'm sorry, not a candy corn, um, a um, a candy cig, of course. What am I saying? I'm really trying to scroll on my compute here. People are texting me, and I can't do it. It's tough. Tough looks. Spider-Man ones were lit. Yes. Um, Mom was right. The candy cigs turned to the real thing. Yeah. Yeah. You make believe with the candy cigs, you're going down a dark path. You're going down a dark path, and boy, did we all. But as we know, drinking cigs don't count. We all use tobacco in here, so what does that say? Yeah. No longer a tobacco man. Um, I use the Swedish form. But anyway, um, Mulvihill is a big candy corn and peanuts guy. Jackson, you're right. The moms were right. We all got hooked on the candy cigs. Let's just be honest. Um, you hate to see it, but here we are. Here we are. Um, Onward, I'm going to get into the rankings. The unarguable, the undisputed, the all time Halloween candy rankings. Let's get right into it. Back to candy corn. Claire claims Claire. Oh my God. Claire claims candy corn plus peanut plus M&M equals payday. Bold. Now a payday is a caramel concoction. Am I right? I don't know if a payday. I don't know if that equals payday. And I've also never had a payday, if we're being honest. Um, but I would take that into consideration. It sounds like an ultimate trio, maybe three for me, if you will. Um, Getting into this list, okay, and if you have anything to say, call into the show 601-706-9771 and I'll hear you out. But I think this is a pretty packed tight list here. Now, I've cheated a bit, okay? I combined um, I combined some of the chocolate bars, all right? I combined some of the chocolate bars. I just felt that they could dominate this list if I didn't put the bars all together. Now, if you are trick or treating in a nice neighborhood, okay, not such as your boy did when he was a child, although it wasn't nice, it just we weren't getting full size candy bars, right? Um, we were still getting the minis, the fun sized, um, but I think it is distinct enough. It is far and above, higher and better. It's the Reese's Pumpkin at one. And they don't miss the Reese's Christmas tree, the Reese's Easter egg, the Reese's leprechaun around St. Patty's Day. We've all had one. The Reese's Pumpkin just does not miss. Um, Now, I'm not a fan of the Reese's Cups that you have to unwrap. Somehow they falter with the recipe on the Reese's Cups. So if you're getting Reese's Cups in your trick or treat stash, I would throw them out. I would maybe trade for some pumpkins, um, and kind of do it that way because honestly, the pumpkins are so far superior to the cups that that's the only way Reese's is number one here is if it is in the pumpkin form. Perfect ratio, chocolate, peanut butter. Um, all right, at two. Well, let's go back up, right? Let's go up. Why did I start at one? The caramel apple sucker. All right. Now, is it elite? Probably not. Okay. But it is a once in a year type treat. Okay. You're only seeing these come Halloween, and you're only seeing them post Halloween when you leave them with the other candy that you didn't eat all the way. But there's something about the first one of these a year that just slaps. It is delicious. It is delectable. It is astounding. The first one of these a year. Um, oh, I'm losing my finger. Hold on, hold on. Um, Gotta throw the cup in the fridge and get it crispy. So, well, yeah, a crispy cup might be a difference changer. That's a great call. Um, yeah, I would say that this caramel apple sucker, though, just an outstanding way to start the Halloween season. I think we all get one or two. Um, it might just be two per pack. I couldn't remember if it were three or two. Now the airheads. Let's get in the airheads. The mystery airhead flavor, obviously, could be any flavor, but something about the mystery, and I'm gonna say the blue. So the white and the blue really are the two dominating airhead forces. Okay, they always get snatched first. They always get eaten first. Um, I think it is far superior to Laffy Taffy. When you're getting Laffy Taffy, you're kind of like, banana, whatever the pink is. I don't even remember. Is that like strawberry? I can't remember what the pink Laffy Taffy is. But I think we can all agree we would all go for an airhead over the the Laffy Taffy every time, and I think it adds a different texture to your bag. I think it adds a different type of element to your bag that the rest of these can't bring. Um, and yeah, I think that the Airheads are certainly far superior to any other kind of chewy candy we're gonna have on Halloween in general, but even on this list, of course. The Starburst, we're having an embrace debate in the chat. Um, is it two? Is it three? I can't remember. In my mind, it's three, but maybe it is just two. I can't really remember. They've got the pink pack. They've got the variety pack. Um, candy cigs are the gateway candy. Yes. Um, full size bars. Watching that hold the cup with two hands made my Eve. Yes. I'm glad, Jake. Um, twisting two airheads together. Yes, you get a mystery flavor, you get a blue, and you let it rip, son. Your teeth don't care. You can live another day with those teeth. Shred you up a twisty airhead, son. Yeah. Laffy Taffy does stink, and the jokes stink. A lot of people don't read the jokes on Laffy Taffy, but they don't deserve those laughs. Um, they really don't. And I would like to talk to Wonka or whoever it is that um, makes those jokes. Onward. Fun size Snickers to me is elite. The fun size Snickers is in the category with Reese's Pumpkin to me. One that is slept on is the Snickers egg. The Snickers egg come Easter time. Scrumptious. The mini Kit Kat is also um, honestly better than its full form. I think a mini Kit Kat is a perfect ratio, a perfect little treat, if you will, and just infinity. Um, um, let's see, classic pack of Skittles. Yes, Alex, I thought about putting that one on here, um, but to me, I don't really get fired up about the Skittles as much as nerd clusters have taken over my life. I mentioned nerds to a coworker, and he scoffed. And I should have stayed with it. I should have trusted my gut. Um, you know, um, but I did waver. Some people like the clusters. I always like just doing a shot with the little box. I thought that was a good part of Halloween. You get your nerd boxes all together and you just shots of the nerd boxes, and that was always something I look forward to. Nerd clusters are so damn good. They are good. Um, Now, as far as what the white airhead mystery flavor is, it's a mystery, right? No Laffy, just taffy. It's got to be jelly because jam don't shake that way, right, Tanner? Guilty, says Reed. Yes, you did hate on my Nerds pick. I think Nerds is a slept on candy, and we get it around Halloween in the little boxes. And honestly, it's fantastic every time. Um, I personally think Nerds gets a bad rap for being a little too crunchy sugary. But yes, Alex, I do think the classic bag of Skittles is a solid one here. I thought about putting it there, but it's got to be the sour Skittles for me. The regular ones really don't get me hot and bothered. I really want the sour guys, and a lot of people don't give out the sour guys. Now, if we were to make a worst list here, I personally think I'm going to go Milk Duds. I think I'm probably going to go Whoppers. Um, I would put Popcorn Ball there. Um, Almond Joy. I mean, Almond Joy is just not a candy for children. That is for adults to act like is good in your adult age, and just kind of, you know, I don't know. I don't get the Almond Joy lore. I really don't. Um, yes, Alex, I had Twizzlers. also. I really started to think about what is left in my bag every year, you know? And you're always seeing milk duds. There's just so much effort to eat a box of milk duds. Almond joys, and God forbid they give you mounds. I mean, almond sad is what they should call it. That's right, Tan. But if you give me a mound, I'm beating you up. You know what I mean? Like we're fighting if you give me a mound. Um, Not even an almond for your boy. Um, I'm trying to think what else. One that is extremely slept on is the 100 grand mini 100 gram bar. Now, where 100 grands the rest of the year? And who buys them? Who keeps them in biz? Is there a full size 100 grand? These are questions I'd like to know. Um, Milk duds leading because of TMJ. Yeah, you can go one box of milk duds. Now, do I usually eat the milk dud every year? Yeah, yeah. I'll do one box, but I'm throwing the rest out, and there's so many. You get to a house late, it's milk dud city. It is literally just full of those little yellow bastards. Rolos are slept on. Yeah, I like a Rolo. I'll say it. Do I quantify it as maybe I don't know if it's a Halloween guy. Reese's Take Fives. Wow. You know, I like that. I like that pick. Now, do they come in a lot of Halloween options? I don't know. I don't know. Mr. Goodbar is gas. Yes. Now, the little mini Hershey's guys are pretty good. A mini Crunch is fire. A good bar is fire. The regular Hershey's bar, if you just are jonesing one late December evening, you need a little sweet, and you've got that left over. Maybe you'll crack open the little mini Hershey's bar, eat you a couple squares. But I don't think anyone's all that excited about the mini Hershey. But the Crunch and the Good Bar are solid. The Crackle as well. Um, what else? What else? Hmm. I can't think. Mulvihill hates a Rolo. Crackle, yes. Snickers peanut butter bangs, dude. Those squares are nectars of the gods. I love a Snickers peanut butter square. Um, are you trick or treating that, Jay Wood? I'm trying to go with you, son. Call into the show 601-706-9771. And let's discuss. What's your favorite candy? What's your favorite Halloween tradition? Would love to chat at 601-706-9771. Milky Way thoughts? Milky Way to me just doesn't do it for me. I'll be honest. But why does my computer not work, everyone? It's tough. Milky Way doesn't do it for me. It did used to be lit when you would get a bag of Fun Dip. I agree. Always like getting meth in my Halloween sack. Same, Tanner. Those were the days. Fun Dip is the most I'm thinking he's meaning practical candy of all time. Yeah, sticky hands that Fun Dip will give you, but the risk is worth the reward. As far as Milky Way and Three Musketeers, I think those were made for adults. I think those were made for people that were like, I don't want the caramel and the peanuts and the nougat. You know what I mean? They're like, separate it. Make it separate. I don't want to have that much fun. That's what I think about those. Why'd you take the peanuts out? Makes it better. Oh, call. Let's see if I can get my one finger to get over there. Who could it be now? You're on Cashin.
Hey, is this a Mario?
It's a me, a Mario.
Man, love the costume, love the atmosphere. It's a fun vibe today.
I like it. Thank you, Big Ticket.
Yeah. Hey, man, but the only treat I need is a CU Buffaloes bowl game.
Well, they are they bowl eligible?
First time since 2016.
Wow. He's got the sound effects. Let's
Man,
go.
I could
Oh
not
my
be
god.
more excited about the Buff bowl game.
Let's
Bowl
go.
eligible. Everyone doubted us this season, said we would be trash, but here we are. 6-2, same record as Bama, same record as Ole Miss. A lot of highly respected teams that, the Buffs are right up there, and they're ranked number 23 right now.
Alex says bowls don't matter anymore. What do you think of that?
Um, well, you just have to be as hungry as for a bowl as I am. I know bowls don't matter as much as they used to, but man,
As a Buffs fan, it just hits different.
it does. Yeah, it's like, yeah. If you've been craving a bowl and you haven't had one, I gotta eat.
All right, well,
You
give me
know,
your
so
top 5 Halloween candy. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
no, I think there's some great picks out there. I think Reese's Pumpkin's undisputed up
Okay.
there.
I respect that.
Yeah. And I would even expand the peanut butter cup genre to say, have you ever had what do you call them? Justin's peanut butter cups?
I don't know. Is that like a Colorado thing? Is that like an organic peanut butter cup?
I found them here at a few places, but it's like a dark chocolate with like real peanut butter in there, not the
wow.
like sawdust that comes in Reese's
All
now.
right, now you're slandering Reese's.
I'm saying the pumpkin saves it.
Okay.
If you eat a little Reese's now, it's
They are
like,
gross.
this is
The little
it's a
cups,
shadow of what it used to
yeah,
be.
the little cups are kind of disgusting. I'll say that. The pumpkin is great, but the little cups are pretty bad.
I think they keep including more and more cinnamon all the time now in those
Cinnamon.
little cups.
You're getting a hint of cinnamon.
Yeah.
They do just taste so different. Even what you get at the gas station, the little guys in the gold wrapper are kind of disgusting.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, I mean, but the Reese's Pumpkin is a elite level pick. I'm going to say something controversial about Starburst. I might have said this before, but do you smash the colors together and eat them as one Starburst sandwich?
You know, I can't think of many times I've made a full sandwich. Maybe I've comboed. I'm a big pink guy, and I kind of stay away from yellow, so I'm really just a pink, red, orange guy. But that does sound like something I should try.
It's a good way to consume them. I'm looking now, and I don't see gummies anywhere on here. Gummy worms, peach rings. I could eat those by the bag full.
Yeah, my thing about gummies is you get those all year round. They're in the gas station and everywhere you look. I mean, they're snacks all around all year. I feel like Halloweenish. You know, why grab something that is always available?
Yeah, no, I get that for sure. So, but the moral of the story is you need to eat all these candies before RFK gets in charge because we're getting rid of
again. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting rid of all these artificial products. So
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Maybe once a year they'll let us be big backs.
That's a big back call out. Love it.
All right, Spence. Thanks. Big ticket. Thanks.
All right, go Buffs.
Go
Bye.
Buffs. First call of the night from Big Ticket. Big Ticket would like a peach ring. I like a peach ring. I can't hate on the peach ring. Big Ticket, the healthy peanut butter cups you were talking about are at Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. Go figure. Let's see. Little suckers that look like pacifiers that you dip in the candy. Alex fully describing baby bottle pops. Thank you, Tan. Let's see. Big back activities. Yes, Jake. Let's move on, I guess. But yeah, that's my ranking. One nostalgia one that I thought of while we were talking. the Krabby Patty gummy hamburger thing. What was up with that? Was that just capitalism? Were they just shoving SpongeBob down our throats there? Pause. Why was that such a prominent candy in our youth? And do they still make it? I mean, Krabby Patties are hot in the streets right now. They're making them at Wendy's, you know? Do they still make the Krabby Patty gummy burger? It was always underwhelming, if I remember correctly. Um, Never felt strongly about the Krabby Patty gummy burger, but it was something to get that was a little different. Saw them at the store yesterday. Capitalism and microplastics. Yeah, preach, RFK. The Krabby Patty burger gummies. That sounded. What does that sound like? That doesn't really sound like RFK. The Krabby Patty. I don't know. Not great. Just straight gelatin. Yeah. Okay. I guess we'll do sports. This seems to be the hottest topic we've ever discussed. Call into the show 601-706-9771. We'll let the good times roll if you all would like to let the good times roll. That did sound like him. Thank you. What a voice that guy has. Bobby. Yeah. 601-706-9771 to talk to. It's me, a redneck of Mario. That's tough. Onward. That was fun. Thought I accidentally clicked on Joe Rogan episode. Oh no, we are in shambles. I can't scroll on my pad with just one finger. I've got to take a glove off. The glove comes off. It's not actually Mario. It's a me, Cameron. College picks. Let me get my glove back on. Stay in disguise here. College picks. We've got all underdogs, and you know what that means. Your underdog, lawn dogs, underdog of the week is every single college pick. If you're trying to get real spooky in the yard, son, if you're trying to get terrified at how good your yard looks, if you're trying to be afraid of how much your neighbors envy your yard, call Lawn Dogs of Brandon 601-573-0117. Matt McCurley and the crew is going to get you so right, boo. Haha. You boys Edgar Allan Poe this Halloween. That's it. These are all underdogs. Holy cow. I didn't really even realize that until I saw it. Lawn Dogs of Brandon. Get your yard right. Get your leaves out of there. No one wants your leaves. Get your shrubs up. Thanks. Lawn Dogs of Brandon. College football. What a hodgepodge of football we're experiencing this year in college, in the SEC especially. This is a Nike Elite. Yeah, I've had these since middle school. A little dinge. Can't watch college football anymore. Just pretending it doesn't exist. Okay, Tanner. It is tough. A lot of these games are entertaining, but a lot of them are real stinkers. A lot of them are not all that fun to watch, if we're being honest. And, I think that the kids just don't care that much. All right? It doesn't mean more anymore. Let's just say it. Let's just put it out there. Maybe it doesn't mean more anymore. I did think it was funny that Lane was like, in his presser today, they were like, Lane, you're playing at 3 o'clock next week against Georgia. And he was like, oh, who got the night game? LSU. Go figure. A little bit of salt from Lane. Love to hear it. look ahead spot for Ole Miss, right? They're already thinking about what time the Georgia game is scheduled. Maybe you should be thinking about Arkansas right now because they just laid the absolute hog on the table against Mississippi State. Granted, Mississippi State is awful, terrible, gross, disgusting, but I think at home Arkansas is real dangerous. Taylor Green looks like Joe Burrow at times. That guy, I mean, he dislocated one of our players' ankles. One of our players' ankles remained on the field Saturday. And I think he should be investigated. Insane juke move and just an insane all around performance by him against Mississippi State. They're a touchdown underdog at home. Ole Miss, I keep waiting for them to be really good. We all thought they would be really good at the beginning of the year, and it just never really panned out for Ole Miss. They're good. They are. But, I mean, look ahead spot on the road. Arkansas is pretty decent. Coach trying to save his job. It's just all stacked up against the Rebs in this one. Maybe Arkansas money line. I'm not a hater, okay? I'm not a hater. But maybe Arkansas money line. And it would be the most Ole Miss thing ever to be good, but to lose to Kentucky and Arkansas and then beat Georgia. I think that would be pretty par for the course for, honestly, State or Ole Miss. That's just the type of parity we have in this state. But, yeah, give me Arkansas on that one. I like Illinois at home. Bounce back week. They didn't cover last week against Oregon. They're at home underdogs. I'm going to ride with them again. They've let me down once. It was last week, as we said. Say it again, Cam. They let you down last week. Rebs haven't won in Fayetteville in a minute. Crazy games they have down there. I mean, even if the Rebs win, I mean, it'll be crazy. It always is. It should be tight. I like Illinois. I like Penn State against Ohio State. James Franklin will probably trickle down his leg, and they'll lose by a billion. I don't know. Something about James Franklin and the Nittany Lions this year. You didn't see the clip of Dart saying they have to win out. Yeah, I guess I should take that into consideration. I wonder what he'll say if they lose to Arkansas. But I mean, I think the Rebs could still win that game. But I could see like an OT game, down to the wire, close. Arkansas is playing great offense right now. Ole Miss's defense has been really solid this year. But the offensive line is booty. Receivers dropping passes left and right on third down. They're just unorganized, and they just don't look great. But yeah, Penn State +3 at home, undefeated Penn State. Haven't really played anyone, but I think they're cooked anyways. I mean, it's hard to say. You don't really know. I've got Florida this weekend. I don't think they beat Georgia. It's a neutral site, right, in Jacksonville. Florida's been playing a lot better recently. The +16.5 is, a big number. It started at 20.5, so folks are putting it on Florida. Napier's got to save his job somehow. They've got to show some kind of signs of life. They have been playing a lot better. Took down Kentucky pretty handedly last week, and Georgia obviously struggled with them early in the year, so hard to say that'll translate. But, yeah, I mean, I like Florida +16.5, Vandy +7 against is it Kentucky this week? Or is Tennessee Kentucky? Who does Vandy have this week? They're +7 to... Shoot, I can't remember. I had it pulled up. But anyway, Vandy's covering against everybody. Covered against Texas last week. Is it Missouri? No, they already lost to Missouri. Covered against Texas last week. And overall, Pavia is a dog. I think that they'll continue to play well. They believe, and that's sometimes all you need. Yankees up 5-0 in the World Series game right now. Looks like that one's going to get to Game 6. Vandy's got Auburn. Yeah, Auburn has not been playing well, as we all know. I think Hugh Daddy Freeze might get fired. Hugh Daddy Freeze once called into the show. I think Auburn's just bad. They don't have a quarterback. I don't think the kids really care. I think they're done with this year. Give me Vandy to cover the 7, and give me the Cox at home against A&M. The hot hand. God, did that quarterback look good against LSU that they brought in. But give me South Carolina at home. 6:30 kick. Nothing to lose. Give me South Carolina plus 2.5. I love the Cox in that one. Pause. 601-706-9771 to call into the show is Big Ticket, the only brave soul that wants to get spooky on this Halloween Eve. But yeah, all dogs this week in college football. All dogs. You love to see it. God, has college been impossible to bet on this year. But we're late into the year. We're late into the season. Playoff implications start to come through. We know that Penn State will blow it sometime, right? We know. Oh, I didn't talk about Duke. I think Miami doesn't take Duke seriously this weekend, and I think Duke covers the 20.5. That's way too big. Duke's been playing really well. They're 5-2 or 6-2. Duke's played everybody close, and I love Dookie in that one. You know, he's Duke all over it, son. Onward to NFL, I reckon, if no one's going to call in. 601-706-9771. We don't have to talk ball. If you want to talk Halloween or whatever, just call in. Whatever, call on in, brother. Maybe you're Luigi. Maybe we have a full-on Mario chat. We could do that. I don't know. Onward to NFL. Onward to the NFL. And boy, do I like the NFL board a lot better than the college board. The college betting has been absolutely awful this year. It has been the hardest thing to do in sports. Some people say it's hitting a fastball. Some people say it's what else do people say is hard in sports? Making a 3, not that hard. Yeah, I guess hitting a fastball would be probably the hardest thing, huh? For me, it would be getting off the tee box at playing golf. Onward to NFL, though. We've got a big board this weekend that I love, as I said. I think this will be a great weekend for the NFL. Looking back on last week, crazy win by Jameis. He ate a dub against the Ravens at home. Insane finish to the Washington Bears game. The battle of the rookie QBs. One zesty, one the bestie, and that was Jaden Daniels. Just throw that thing. He down there somewhere. Jaden Daniels, the guy taunting the crowd before tipping it to the receiver that eventually caught it. Pretty insane move. But yeah, a great week in NFL last week. Cowboys continue to suck. Saints, awful. Not a lot. There are a lot of bad teams in the NFL this year. And you can kind of count the good teams on your hand, like Bills. I think Chiefs obviously undefeated. I mean, Vikings are good, but how long does Sam Darnold hold up? Packers, same thing. Lions. The NFC North is honestly elite. AFC North, I mean, what do you do with the Bengals, right? Steelers have been honestly super solid for what they have at quarterback. Russ has been cooking. Somebody let that man cook. But, I mean, you look at the NFC, you look at the AFC, I don't know. It's kind of hard. I think I'm gonna stand by what I said last week. I'm gonna stick with it. Lions Bills Super Bowl would be insane. I would small market teams that would be electric. In New Orleans, your boy, if he could find a ticket, might we go? I do have a Lions shirt. Not to brag, I've been a Lions fan as long as I can remember. Um, Dodgers tied it. Let's go, Sam. That's insane. Although I hate the Dodgers, I hate the Yankees more. Um, so I'll pull for the Dodgers. Sambo, if they get to Game 6, not saying they will, would you like to watch together? Comment. Um, yeah. So there's your baseball news from Sam. College hoops about to start up. NBA's already started. Maybe I'll bring some NBA up as we continue down this journey together. Um, but college hoops between Carolina and the Dogs. I'm not sure how I still watch football. You do like the two worst teams in both sports, Tan, but I also like the Saints. Big pooper bowl this weekend between the Saints and the Panthers. No one's gonna watch that. Let's see. Texans +2 against the Jets. I don't get Vegas's thing with the Jets. They keep making them favorites. Maybe I'm dumb. The Jets never cover anything. Every time I've ever bet on the Jets, they have let me down. They never cover, never, ever. And in this case, it would require them to win. So I really don't see that happening against Houston. Maybe I'm crazy, but I don't think that this is one that they win. Um, +2 is what it is. Aaron Rodgers is just a dumpster fire at this point. As we get a call. You're on Cashin. You're on Cashin. Hello.
Let's lock in
There
for the
he
NFL
is.
this week.
Let's go, lad.
This is our week, I think.
Dude, I love the board this week.
Oh yeah, it's definitely much better than last week. The spreads are at least reasonable, and we have some good games going. I
Last
for
week
Thursday
was
night football.
favorites and overs, correct? That was what won last week.
Yeah, it seemed like half of the teams that had big spreads covered and half didn't. So you kind of just there was no real consistency.
As it goes. Do I have another call?
Oh boy.
Let me try to. Unknown. I'll call him back. Give me your picks.
All right, I'm with you on the Texans. I'm just taking a money line. I think the Jets are trying to put out a fire, and it's not happening this week. The Texans have not been as impressive as they looked last year, but they're still a good team. I think them being down a receiver or two is why the line is different, and they're giving Jets home field advantage. I get the Jets have a good defense. I get they have Aaron Rodgers, but they haven't shown me that they can win this football game, so I'm just taking
I just
Texans
think
money
Aaron
line.
Rodgers just means nothing. I don't think he's good anymore. He's washed.
He's certainly old. He could still sling it, but he doesn't.
Their offensive
He doesn't have
line
that
is
game
not good
command.
enough. Yeah, their offensive line is not good enough for him to be Aaron Rodgers, I think is really the thing.
Yeah, and it just seems like every week they're just scrambling to figure out a reason why they're losing, and they have not figured it out. So I'm gonna ride with the Texans. Let's see who else we got. I don't see this one on your board, but I got Broncos 9.5 versus the Ravens. I think the Ravens are pretty notorious for playing down to their competition, playing with their food a little bit. And I think the Broncos defense is good enough to cover this 9.5. It's pretty big for NFL. Ravens aren't a team that just blow out people. I know they ended up beating Tampa by 10, but that was their biggest margin of victory this year, and they've lost to they lost to the Raiders at home. So
Yeah, I don't mind that one.
it,
I don't. I've trusted Denver a few times this year, so I don't mind it. I just don't know what to make of the Ravens sometimes.
yeah, I mean, it could it could go. I mean, they are the better team. They should win this game, but I just think the Broncos could pretty easily cover this, especially if you have those backdoor covers, like we got with we said the backdoor cover with Jameis last week ended up winning the ball game versus the Ravens. So I think I'm not saying the Broncos are about to do that same thing, but I think they can stick in it and they have a good enough defense to keep it a little close. Um, Speaking of Jameis, I'm all over the Browns. I got it at 2.5 whenever it came
Browns
out first this
have
week.
the Chargers.
Chargers.
Chargers are favored. Yeah, I would probably be on the Brown. Yeah, I've got the Browns plus 1.5. Forgot what I had.
Yeah, I think they kind of have a spark with Jameis, and they're playing at home. And why are they underdogs at home versus the Chargers? The Chargers haven't shown me too much this year that I care about. I mean, they got a good coach, and Justin Herbert just seems like everyone likes to glaze him up, but what's he doing? Not winning that many games every year.
He's not. He's not.
Who else we got? I'm going to be opposing you on the Seahawks one. I like the Rams. Kind of showed me last week that Stafford
Yeah.
can
The
still
Rams
play.
are
It's a
just they're
divisional
so
game, so
inconsistent. They're just so
yeah,
inconsistent.
it's one that you hate to bet on because yeah, they can be good, but it looks like they've kind of got their offense back a little bit, so that's kind of why I lean that way. I'm not completely sold on that pick. That's probably my least confident. I'm also going to ride with Detroit. Green Bay Packers, I think, are a good team, but I think the Lions can handle them. It seems like they're locked in. They did not play down to their competition versus the Tennessee Titans, as we saw. Um, they're able to win games and close out games. They've played the Vikings well, and their defense and offense are just rolling. And I think the Packers can be a little streaky. Sometimes they have a good offensive scheme, and sometimes they kind of look stagnant. So I think the Lions handle business.
Stay away from me. I love
I
the Lions,
understand
but
that.
stay away from me. That's all I'm. Yeah.
I understand that. I think that's all I got. I have a couple that I'm like don't love. I think the Eagles versus the Jags. I said I wouldn't bet on the Jags game again, but but I like the Eagles there. And then I also like the Bills against Miami. I think Miami's just struggling with, and Tua could go down at any moment, and then the Bills are just going to roll if that happens. So it's 6.5. They could win by a touchdown, but I also don't. I'm not sold on that. So I like the Texans. I love the Bucks at that big of a number versus the Chiefs. I didn't get to that yet.
Yeah, I'm on the
I
Bucks. Baker
I
still
called
threw
it
for
at
300
nine
yards
and a
without
half.
his fellows yet last week, so give me
Yeah,
Baker and the
I called him at
Bucks.
9. I called it at 9.5, and the Chiefs did not cover versus the Raiders. So, and Patrick Mahomes hates the Raiders. So, Baker's as an underdog, I like it.
All right,
And 9.5 is just too many.
let's cash, brother.
Let's cash. See you next week.
All right, fam. That was Alex with his NFL insight. If you called me, I cannot call you back. Your number's not pulling up. So if you would like to call back in, please do. It just says unknown, so I'm not sure who called. But call back. Call back if you'd like. But yeah, Alex with the winners there. Some that we didn't talk about there with Tua being back. I think he might hawk Tua all over the Bills defense. I think the Bills are going to answer, and I think that game will go over 49. Tyreek said he's back. Start him in fantasy. Bears cards over 44.5. That seems so low to me. I know the Bears and Skins didn't go over last week. But the Bears defense is solid. Cards defense is not. and I think Kyler's got some juice in him. COD did come out recently, so I'm a little afraid that he's playing Call of Duty before the game. But yeah, I think I like the over in that one. And like I said, I don't know if the Bucks beat the Chiefs. I don't know, but they've got to cover that 8.5 in my mind. They've got to cover the 8.5, just like Alex said. Baker's been playing good. He's just been turning the ball over so much, but so is Patty. We'll see if D Hop plays. But give me the Bucks plus 8.5 in that one. If you tried to call in, call back in 601 706 9771. I cannot call you back. The number didn't pop up. So if you would like to call in, maybe I was getting spammed. I don't know. But yeah, if you haven't liked the video, like the video. Um, if you're having a happy Diwali, a happy Halloween, um, I hope you're getting all the candy mentioned this week on the rankings. And if you're still in here, comment what you're going to be for Halloween tomorrow. I know my boy Jake is always a hot dog. Maybe you got something cooking this go around, Jakey. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to go as Mario tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, I had fun. I hope you all did as well. 601 706 9771. I'll leave it open for like one more minuto before your boy goes and snoozes. Excellent week of caching ahead of us, I believe. I think that at the end of the day, we all know that we are due. We are due for an electric weekend with an electric, the red LW. Yes, Jake, that will be fantastic. Tanner, I saw you were Trump the other day. Um, the best Trump. I walked in and they said, "Wow, that's a good Trump." Um, Election week next week. Should we bet on the election? Probably not, huh? Probably would be a little bit controversial, maybe. Um, Go vote. Make your voice heard. We all know who's gonna win the states we're in, right? Um, but yeah, I think unless that mystery caller wants to call back in, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I appreciate you all for being here. Um, it warms my heart to spend the holiday with you. And yeah, I really committed to the bit tonight. Um, this is our pal Ghost Malone. He waves if you get him going. See that? Pretty sick. Keep going, buddy. Yeah. But yeah. Unless the guy wants to call in, I'm gonna do it one more time. Call into the show right now. Right now. And make your voice heard, just like at the polls. Right, guys? Did I have anything else for us? Big thank you to Lawn Dogs, our sponsor every week. Kind of working on the merch. The merch is taking a little bit of a standstill, for being honest. But you might see some at some point. I'm not sure. Can't be positive about anything these days. Thanks for being here. I'm going to sign off. I don't think that person's going to call in. So, sayonara. We'll see you next week. Bring your friends. Tell your friends to watch the show. And let's cash.